All right, you guys, we're live after the NBA's version of the Patriots 28-3 comeback against the Falcons. The Knicks up 3-1. Me and Javon were texting. Javon was like, yo, we can't wait. We gotta get Javon, what's going on?
Boy, oh boy, just hold on. I'm about to fill my screen in a minute. Just give me a second. I'm over here setting up first post-game show.
Yeah. What like we're not even Spurs fans.
I got you. No. We ain't Spurs fans. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Talk to the people for a second. I know exactly. Talk to the people.
So the problem is, I feel like that was some of the worst basketball I've ever seen. Coaching wise, playing wise, I understand they're the second youngest team ever in the NBA finals ever, but you can't. It's just simple things. Basketball 1-on-1. If the 3-point shot's not hitting, you got to start driving to the basket. You have a guy who's 7'4", 7'5", and he's taking 3-pointers like from 28, 30 feet. Like, where was the leadership? I know they're young. Their coach is young, but come on. This was supposed to be the team, them in OKC for the next 5-10 years, be trading off championships. And that was the dumbest basketball I've ever seen in my life. I think we all could sit there and be like, I heard Charles Barkley said it on Inside the NBA afterwards. That was the dumbest basketball he's ever seen. You cannot lose a game like that. You cannot lose. You basically lost the finals because I do not think you beat the Knicks 3 games in a row. And I think the Spurs have shot themselves in the foot. I don't know if they thought the championship was the OKC Thunder game series, but it's just like the intensity is not there. There was just so many things, and when Javon gets back on, we could double down and break it down. But there was just so many things that I just couldn't believe. I was going to go to sleep at halftime. I'm like, man, I got to get up early in the morning. I got things to do. I'm going to sleep. And this thing fell apart. To have it fall apart like the way it did, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing for San Antonio. The way they play this series, that team does not deserve to win the title. I don't care. The Knicks have outplayed them from the Knicks have not even outplayed them. I don't even think the Knicks have played their best basketball in this series. And San Antonio is basically giving them the world championship.
Sorry, you hanging there, partner. I had to go grab this.
All right, go ahead.
I'll tell you exactly why I'm so pissed off. So much of what and who I am, I owe to this thing right here. Mm-hmm. There has not been a single object that I have loved in my life more than this thing right here.
Yep.
And I have watched the product of the sport played with this thing right here go so far down the damn drain. I cannot explain how pissed I am at what I saw tonight. Like, I am real live emotional over here over what I saw.
Yeah.
29 points. You scored 30 points in the second half of a finals game to tie this thing up after already losing your 2 at home. You had a chance to take 2 on the road. I saw the dumbest basketball of my life tonight.
Yeah, same.
And it was because of every problem you have with the sport today. Everything that has diluted our beautiful game all took place for the Spurs tonight. Number one, this dumbass positionless basketball crap. No point guard, no power forward. No power forward cost you to tip in to lose the game. No point guard cost you to... Sean, why did the Warriors lose? I mean, why did the Rockets lose to Warriors in, what was that, 17, 18, whichever one they met in the conference finals?
When Chris Paul got hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, they missed, what, 28 straight threes
26.
or something? 26 straight threes, something
26
like that.
26 straight threes.
Yep.
Spurs come out tonight and do the worst thing we've seen since then.
Yeah.
You up this big and you shoot 8 straight and miss them and take no time off the clock. And then Josh Hart gives you a gift and smokes somebody up.
Oof.
And then you get the ball back with the shot clock turned off. And who but De'Aaron damn Fox of what organization, Sean?
Sacramento
Of
Kings.
the Sacramento stinking Kings takes a layup instead of pulling the ball and getting fouled. No, I'm gonna go up on one of the best defenders in basketball, in OG Anunoby, one of the few guys in this league who can guard 1 through 4.
Yep.
Although I have the lead and the shot clock is turned off, you got a head coach. How do you follow Greg Popovich and not have an offense? How?
Makes no sense.
What's their go-to play? And De'Aaron Fox comes out there acting like he's orchestrating something, and all he's doing is trying to get a screw in the roll against Jalen Brunson. And what did the Knicks do, Sean? What did the Knicks do? They said, we're not just going to willingly switch and give you the mismatch. How long have I been saying that's supposed to play basketball?
You said that, yo, that was great.
Damn finals.
Yeah. They just won the finals of that. Yo, Javon, I'm watching the game, and I'm like, they keep running the same play at the top of the key, but the Knicks, like you said, they would not let him Brunson take. They would not let him switch. It was not happening. First of all, I gotta give credit for this. I was gonna text this, but I was like, the Knicks need to play another guard next to Brunson to relieve the pressure. Change. I was sitting here thinking that I was like, you have to play another guard because they're pressuring him too much. He's working too hard just to get a shot up to the half court.
Started when I said. Because remember, before this series started, we won a pod last week. I said, I'm going to say the same thing I said about last year's final. Whoever wins it isn't going to repeat. And what was my reason for saying the Knicks won't repeat next year?
Because they don't have a
they
ball.
They don't have another guard next to Brunson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Brown.
Yeah, that was a great sped up the game in the second half, hold him to 30 points. And, listen, we got to call Wemby to the carpet. And this is why I'm going to say this. Because the whole playoffs, the NBA, even me, we have been just giving him the face of the league title. Like, this is the guy, the competitiveness.
And we've been the one who keeps saying you do not talk about face of the league.
No, you got to take it from someone. So this is why I would say, you supposed to be the guy, and you were horrible. I think you missed 9 out of 11 shots. And then down the stretch, you wasn't demanding the basketball.
You went 9 for 25 and missed 9 of your last 11 shots.
Javon, you're the best player. You got to get that ball. Stephon Castle could not touch that basketball. I need to touch that basketball and shoot it. We're going to live or die by me. You cannot do that. And then for some reason, like Mitch Johnson. Well, and also one more thing about Wemby. The press conference. I don't know. But you talk all this poetic stuff when I just didn't like that press conference.
So I'll tell you what that was. That was, I got to come up with something not to throw De'Aaron Fox under the bus, because they asked him directly about the layup. If I speak my mind,
but Javon,
it's not going to be good.
I get it. It wasn't just the layup. You the best player. You the face. Why were you that bad? It's down the stretch.
Right. I was just talking about that answer in the press.
That answer. Yeah, that answer. That's fine.
all I was talking about.
Yeah, but you were not assertive enough. You wasn't. Your team was following the lead with the long 3-pointers. I just didn't like. That's why San Antonio.
And remember, they had the possession in the fourth when the Knicks were going on their run and covered the single digits. De'Aaron Fox missed a jump shot, offensive rebound. Wemby 3 miss, offensive rebound. Into another Wemby 3, into another miss.
Yes, he took 2 bad shots, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, I gotta say,
just like game two, he did the same thing. He took 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Strike 1. You're 7-4. Strike 2. And you take a contested 3 in the left corner for no reason. And then you came down, and the last shot of the game was a jumper instead of you being in the post.
Javon, when Cat went into the halftime, he had 3 fouls, right?
How does he stay in the whole game?
How does he stay in the whole game? You the guy, and he stays in the whole game. Well, when you take him out the game, that's been the equalizer at some points in this finals. Even though Mitchell Robinson played better today, so I'll give him credit for that. But why is he still in the game? He was able to hit a big time 3. Why is he still in the game? I just think coaching has really suffered in this NBA, because I just think I think me and you could be NBA coaches at this point.
Oh,
Because
no,
I'm
I
sitting.
know I can
Yeah,
coach
yeah.
an NBA team.
I'm just
I
sitting there.
know I could coach an NBA team. It's not even a question.
I believe it.
If you give me a general manager that will actually listen to me, damn the analytics. If you give me a GM that will actually listen to me, I can win you a championship today. That's how dumb basketball has gotten. We've gotten rid of the mid-range, which is actually the easiest shot in basketball. Because there's the one shot that this is how you know not many people who actually watch the sport have played basketball. Sean, I'm gonna let everybody in on a secret right here. There is only one shot in the world that cannot be contested, and it's a mid-range shot. It's literally easier than a layup.
Yeah.
As long as you have touch, there's only two ways you will miss a mid. Either it got blocked, which is very rare because you're taught not to jump with a jump shooter, or you what happened with SGA in Game 7? Your legs get tired.
Yep.
That's the only way you miss a mid. No one forces you to make a mid-range shot. If you miss, you did it to yourself. Someone forces you to miss a layup at the rim. Someone forces you to miss a three. No one, unless they block your shot, can force you to miss a mid-range shot. All of a sudden, that's the worst shot in basketball. If you want to tell me a long two is a bad shot, you know, that 20-footer Garnett used to shoot instead of taking a step out, I'm fine with it.
I get that too, yeah.
You know, you got a problem with guys that, you know, you shoot and catch and shoots from long two instead of curling outside of the arc. I'm fine with you calling that a bad shot. I agree with you there. But to say the mid-range is the worst shot in basketball when it's the easiest shot, y'all gonna stop telling me this is the best era of basketball. For everything I have seen in this series, you got the dumbest players. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, this series has not shown
you
the
have
IQ.
guys who don't know the history of the game and have no on-court IQ. A whole bunch of specialists. Guys are being drafted in the lottery for being specialists in college. Sean, specialists in college used to be lucky to get drafted late second round.
Yeah. It's true.
How many guys can you say are a 3-level scorer in the NBA?
Right now?
How many guys?
Ooh, damn, could score in the midi. It's not a lot of guys taking mid-range shots. SGA, but SGA is not a great three-point shooter.
And then of the guys you would call a 3-level shooter, who has a post game?
Yeah. Damn.
Okay. And then why do we have a such thing as a two-way player? A two-way player is supposed to be a term used for baseball or football. Basketball is the sport where you are supposed to play both.
Yeah,
there's no such thing as a two-way player. That is the sport.
Exactly.
But now that's a thing.
Yeah, good point. 3-and-D guys.
Is the best era of that. It's a 3-point shootout every night. You used to be able to turn on the television. This is what pisses me off, because I was just having this conversation, I think last month, with my older brother, the one I always bash on here. Like, the best era of basketball to me, 95, Jordan's first full season out of retirement.
Okay.
That was when you started to get the Garnetts and the guys into the league. And I'm going to really break this one down for you, Sean. I'm going to tell you the era, and I'm going to break it down as to why. From 95 to 2016, when Cleveland came back from the 3-1. That stretch right there was the best era of basketball, because you had Mike Malone, all those guys drafted in the mid and late 80s were running the league at that point, and they were at the point where they were no longer in their physical primes, but they were in their winning primes in terms of their athleticism had faded, but they had learned the game.
Yep.
And they were actually more unstoppable, right? And then that next era was coming in. Garnett, Dirk, Kobe, Irish, boom, boom. They got to learn from those guys on the way down and actually see the best version of those guys, not physically, but mentally.
Yes.
And use that to carry on the game. And that's when we started to see better spacing in terms of teams actually had the perfect value of the 3 ball, if you ask me. And teams have learned from the Bulls, at least the Horace Grant iteration of the Bulls. But even then, once he left, Kukoc kind of became that your power forward, he needs to have a jump shot so your center can actually have some room to work. We transition into that. And those guys were probably the most skilled guys in basketball. The Marburys, Iversons, Kobe's, T-Macs, Paul Pierce's, Tim Duncan's, Kevin Garnett's, Dirk Nowitzki's. We went from the best era of winners to the best era of skill. And then they mentored the Chris Pauls, Darren Williams, LeBrons, D Wade's, Dwight Howard's, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
And then they brought us right into the Steph and Kyrie's.
Yep. Steph, Kyrie,
And
KD.
we had actual basketball. The Warriors and the Cavs, you cannot tell me they didn't have offenses. And they were two vastly different offenses.
Yep. Yep.
Spurs and the Heat, offenses, but two vastly different offenses. Before them, the Lakers and Celtics, the Magic, the Pistons, the Nets, the Spurs, the Pacers, the 76ers, the Bucks. You could turn on your TV and you were going to see so many different ways to play one beautiful game. You turn on the NBA now, only 2 teams are different from the rest of the league.
Which teams? The Warriors and the Miami Heat?
That's it.
Yeah, because the offenses, yeah. And I
might throw OKC in there. I
think they're the same plays. Yeah.
Everybody is high pick and roll, 1-4 flat, drive and kick, that accidental basketball that Kobe was talking about. No one has a purpose.
Yeah.
That's
the problem with this league.
Then you just watch the Spurs. It's not sustainable.
That basketball is
horrible. Lead means nothing anymore because of it.
Yeah. That's why the team that's been really good over the last 5-6 years consistently has been the Boston Celtics, but they're also known as playing with their food because the style of play they play basketball with.
What did I say? What was this? My last year at Temple and my year before last. I said what I said? I said a 12-point lead, a 12-point deficit against the Celtics is like being down 6 points to any other team in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's just too easy. The style of play
expanded from being the Celtics issue
to the league.
Everyone's issue.
Yeah, it's a league issue. It's a bad thing because, and that's where when you have someone like Victor, you have to figure out a different type of offense because no one can match you with his skill level, anything like that. It just doesn't make sense. I think Mitch did a few things that I thought not putting Luke Kornet in that type of situation. That was an error. And I said it through text. Dylan Harper might be a top 5 finisher in the league already as a 20-year-old rookie. He's strong enough. He has the Kyrie type of moves with like the off the backboard, and they let that guy just go ghost down the stretch. It did not make no sense. I would have said, De'Aaron Fox, you're going to be in the corner. Dylan Harper's going to run the offense through Dylan because the Knicks had no answers for Dylan, and they still don't have any answers for Dylan. I feel like sometimes he gets lost in let's just focus with Harper and let's have Castle. No, I think he's, besides Wemby, the most skilled offensive player they have.
He is. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
And I don't want Fox handling the ball. I don't want Castle handling the ball. Like I sent in the group chat, I'm scrolling through to see what floor general I would like just scream for them to trade for. And there are none. There are no floor generals.
Yeah, there's no floor generals. You could tell Fox that turnover, that Hart just blew it. And then the last play when he should have just got fouled. He but you're the vet. You're the guy. Like, that's what frustrates me. You get paid all the money.
You're supposed to know better.
You're supposed to know better, man. I don't care if you've never been in the experience. You just went through a Game 7 series against OKC. That's common knowledge. Look at the clock. The moment was too big for that team. That team, I understand they're the second youngest team in NBA history to get to the finals. The moment was too young. Yeah, it was too. It was too big.
Piss down their legs.
Yeah,
I
piss
mean,
down the legs. They gave them a title.
You gonna be mad about this, and I don't care. Like, it turns out the biggest issue for the Spurs this year was not re-signing Chris Paul. He has no more organized than this. I'm not even saying for him to play.
No.
That's a guy who can take the clipboard from Mitch Johnson. When Andre Iguodala was no longer playing for the Warriors, he just on a roster spot. He was an extra assistant coach, and he did great for the Warriors in that role. They don't win that 22 championship without Iguodala being in that role. And that's a role that's been on NBA teams for forever. Harrison Barnes and Kelly Olynyk are those guys for you in San Antonio. No, they needed Chris Paul. I mean, they would have been so much more organized this season. I just don't know how you come from Greg Popovich and you don't have an offense whatsoever. De'Aaron Fox, buddy, and get ready for a long time. Because me and you were already saying he can't be in San Antonio. It's not going to work out.
No, it didn't work.
But like on some real stuff, we know sports fans are just ridiculous. Because by the way, Knicks fans, y'all moved above the Sixers fans for me. Y'all don't deserve to win a damn thing. I'm really pissed that y'all about to win a chip for the way y'all acted after Game 3. I'm telling you, I knew they were going to lose Game 3. I always say, and I know y'all love New York. You and Dre just going to have to forgive me for this one. The problem everyone outside of New York has with New York, it's a line from Family Guy. New York City insists upon itself. You got cats in my generation who literally don't have a personality. Their whole personality is, I'm from New York. And every sentence and everything they do just has to be stereotypically New York. Like, you don't even have a personality. And I knew they were going to lose Game 3 because they were going to hype it up so much.
It was hype.
That it was just not going to be able to play basketball. And that's exactly what happened in Game 3.
Yeah.
And anyways, and then you see when they lose, the fans, y'all are jumping people in Spurs jerseys just because your basketball team lost.
That was whack. That was one of the wackest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So that's what brings me to my point. Sports fans are absolutely lunatics these days. Like I'm talking, they DM you when you cost them their parlay. They DM you when your card stinks on Ultimate Team or My Team or Diamond Dynasty. They send death threats to you and your loved ones. Like, I don't condone it at all. But De'Aaron Fox, like, get ready for a long summer. You're going to receive some of those. Like, and I'm like, I feel bad for the guy and his family. But it's only so bad I can feel because it's like you kind of asked for it. Like, no one deserves it. It should never go that far. But we can be honest about how the world is. It's going to happen. And De'Aaron Fox and his family are going to receive death threats in his Instagram and Twitter DMs this summer because of how he played tonight.
Yeah, I do think it helps that, like Chet, for example. Chet plays in OKC. He plays in San Antonio. It is not, if this was New York.
The whole world saw this. The whole world saw this. And you go on Twitter right now, De'Aaron Fox and Mitch Johnson are 2 wanted men. I'm talking Spurs fans don't even want them on the plane back to San Antonio. They want Dylan Harper in De'Aaron Fox's spot, and they want Greg Popovich with only the right side of his body coaching in Game 5.
Yeah, man. Mitch blew it. I blame, if I had to rank it in order, I blame Mitch 1, De'Aaron Fox 2, Wemby 3. But I think Wemby, I expect more. Wemby was average today. Wemby's been averaging 2 out of the 4 games. Yeah, 2 out of the 4 games. I could say he's been whatever to me. He hasn't been special.
And you had a lead in all 4 games.
Yeah,
you were up what? 12 in Game 1, blew it. 14 in Game 2, blew it. 29 in Game 3, blew it. So of course the whole coaching staff gets blamed for that. But at some point, like, are y'all that dumb? Do y'all need your hands held that much as basketball players? If you're in the finals, you are supposed to be the best players in the world. You are not supposed to need your hand held. Phil Jackson's teams, when they were giving up runs, what did Phil used to do, Sean?
He'll let him play through it.
Phil used to put his hands in his pockets, go sit down, and tell them, don't look at me. Y'all figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah.
And the Lakers literally started their three-peat off of that in 2000 against Portland.
Yeah, that's how it should go.
Pat Riley's teams. Nah, hey, I'm Magic Johnson. Pat, we got it. We know what we need to do. We got you, coach. You didn't prepare us too much to not know what to do. You didn't prepare us too much, and we didn't play too much basketball not to know what to do right here. And we played too much winning basketball in our lives because you used to not go to winning teams if you didn't play winning basketball. You know, but this is where I'm really frustrated as Stephon Castle. Did you just not play what 2-3 years for Danny Hurley, and win back-to-back national championships?
Mm-hmm.
You know what winning basketball is. You know. Harrison Barnes, didn't you come from Golden State? And didn't you get a chance to play for Pop before his health got the best of him? You know what winning basketball is. There's no excuse.
I do think it shows, even with OKC winning the title last year because they were young, but the way they struggle to win that title. And I think we all are of the mind, if Indiana was healthy, it would have been a close game. Game 7. Like, so.
Indiana won.
Okay, and some people think Indiana will win, right? So I think it does show you that you still need a level of vets on your team because OKC could have still lost last year, and then it's clearly showing that Harrison Barnes is not that level of play anymore, but he should have been out there on the court when we were blue in the league. Because I just think that they show a lack of immaturity in each of the games, that you need someone, like you said, Chris Paul. You need someone there. That's what vets need to be.
My point.
Yeah, you need a vet. You be like, yo, let's do this, let's calm it down. The last 2 teams that are supposed to be the it teams, I can see the experience, the lack of experience.
Who did Phil bring to LA with him? Must be out there.
Ron Harper.
Because they had Van Exel and Eddie. They were young when Phil got there. And changed that whole roster. Who did he bring over?
He brought Ron Harper over. He wanted to bring Scotty, but then Scotty went to Houston.
No, Scotty went to Portland.
Oh, yeah, he went to Portland.
Because he got Jedi mind tricked into, hey, you go there, Kobe's the next Michael. They're going to say you needed Michael and Phil again, so come to Portland. Just to come up short, whatever. Ron Harper and Horace Grant.
Oh, yeah, Horace Grant was on that team in 2000.
Let me get the guys who can show these cats how to win because they clearly need it. Clear.
If they had Chris Paul, I would say this. They would have been, the series would at least been tied, or they'd be
at least be tied.
Yeah, at least tie, or they'd be a 3-1. And Chris Paul's I'm not saying, but they need that experience down the stretch. You could tell I think first of all, yeah, like I think they felt like they won the title after winning OKC. So I think and they're clearly more talented than the Knicks, I think, because I don't think the Knicks offense is that special. First of all, OG should be the #1 guy right now. But how many times, and Brunson was special. Yeah, just had a good game.
Just now having a good game.
Yeah,
and the stones on him to take that shot over Wemby and drain it from 3.
Yeah.
I can't stand that little bastard, but shout out to Jalen Brunson.
I give him this would be my tip my cap moment to him, because when he was special in the second half. The only thing I didn't like the last shot that did double team. First of all, I have to say this. Why, when you have the best defender in the world and he could guard, why are you doubling with Fox and you leave OG? That didn't make sense to me. I'm like, yo, you're gonna shoot it over?
Again, dumb basketball. Sean, you know what the easiest inbounds play is in the world?
What?
Pass it back to the inbounder. Easiest. I'm sitting here saying when OG's taking the ball out, I right-handed God. I'm like, please nobody leave him open. Like I can just feel it in my bones. I swear I said, please, somebody, don't leave him open. Somebody get back to OG. Because the strategy has been double Brunson up top all series. It's doing the same thing they did with Shea. Double him up top and just hope you can rotate on the extra pass. And when Brunson takes the shot, I'm like, bro, nobody went and got OG. Why didn't he pass it to OG, who's hot tonight? OG made 6 threes.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter, because even after Brunson bailed you out with that terrible shot, no one tags the box OG. It's the tip in.
But that's my point is,
how do you not know to go tag the inbound? It's simple basketball. But we want to, Sean, I swear, I don't mean to dominate this podcast.
No, that's cool.
Yo, like, all I hear all season, I love Amazon's crew. Such refreshing. They celebrate the game. They celebrate today's players. Love NBC, whose crew actually sucked this year. We can be honest with it. It's new. It's fresh. They're not cracking on the players. I hate Inside the NBA. And I turned on Inside the NBA tonight. And lo and behold, the guys who taught me basketball, once again, perfect analysis. Kenny Smith want to go ahead and try, give the Knicks their flowers. Boom, boom, boom. What does Chuck say? The same thing I'm saying in the group chat to you. Kenny, scratch all that. That was the dumbest basketball we've seen in our lives. Call it what it is.
Yeah, that was dumb. You basically gave a championship to the Knicks because I don't see.
Once they took the lead, I texted you. Game over, series over.
Series over, yeah.
You don't win a game that you blow that big of a lead in. You just don't. No one's got that type of mental fortitude.
And they're so young. If the Spurs couldn't do it in 2013 when after the Ray Allen shot, I don't know if you could do it with that veteran team. I don't know if you could come back in 2 days. What's it on Saturday or 3 days, whatever it is.
That's going to help the Knicks. They get rushed, and they know they got you done. You're fragmented. The Spurs are done. I wouldn't be shocked if they get dog walked Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah.
I think I'm going to take everything in my bank account and put it on the Knicks spread on Saturday. It's a real conversation going on in my brain.
But listen, also, I know this is to say this, but Wimby's hopefully has a 10, 15-year career. This is going to be a stain on your record. Like when we talking greatest of all time, we're putting you up here or there. It's a stain on your record because you had the better team. Like no one can tell me the Spurs are not a better team than the Knicks.
Sean, you saying a stain? I'm with Draymond on this one. This can derail everything your organization had going.
Could be
3 blown leads like that. Like we haven't seen choking like this since the 4 Falls of Buffalo.
Damn, yeah, because they could have swept the series.
That's like you were the better team all 4 games.
Yeah, you're a better
team.
You're
going to go out on a gentleman's sweep, and you want. Man, he's young. They can get back. They'll get back. That's not a guarantee, Sean. How many years have we gone without a consecutive NBA champion? Without a repeat?
It's gonna be going on 9.
This is about to be what's the 8th or the 9th?
I think it's the 8th. I think we're going to our 9th season after the season. One of the 2.
So this is about to be 8 straight years with a different champion. Y'all sure they can get back? Oh, it doesn't have to be immediately. Time ticks. Time waits for no man.
Remember,
it is changing. You can't you can't just hoard talent anymore.
No, you can't. You can't keep the depth.
Guys get frustrated and stuff just happens out the blue. I mean, Tampa Bay thought they had the best shortstop in baseball for the next 15 years, and then found out he liked little girls.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Things happen. And remember, Denver was supposed to be the next dynasty in the league. Denver hasn't gone back to the conference final since.
The conference finals.
Finals. Yeah. Conference finals. So it's not as easy as everybody says. Yeah,
because the Celtics, we've been saying, me and you, although we hate how they play, we've been saying best team in the East should dominate the East, should go to the finals
every year.
They haven't been back. Yeah. And I don't think they're going back, Sean.
Could be, because a lot of it's luck, a lot of it's injuries, a lot of it's like you have to be healthy. And let's call it spade. OKC was down 2 players too. Like, I'm not discrediting, they were down 2 players. They're down Mitchell and down J-Dub. Like,
and if you're seeing this, if you chat just like that, your confidence is back. Like, oh, he is human.
Yeah, he is.
He
Like,
put some muscle on.
yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion, especially in this NBA with injuries and how the pace of play is, and how I
And
think the
how
NBA
dumb these front offices are. That's another thing. A front office can ruin your career just
instantly.
like that.
Yeah, yep. You got to capitalize on this window while you have a chance. In this NBA, you know, I like the NFL quarterback contracts before year 4 or 5 is important. I do see why how in this new NBA, before Wimby gets paid,
And
Castle gets
Wimby,
paid,
this
Harper
is
the
your
rest.
big advantage. It's going to be harder to get you help after you get paid.
Exactly.
You
So,
made all NBA first team, MVP finalist, and defensive player of the year,
oh, you
right?
get paid. Yeah.
Like you're getting the super. You're going to make $70 million a year, Wimby. All they're going to be able to pay and keep around for a long time are you and Dylan Harper. After that, y'all going to be plugging and playing for a long time.
Yeah, and you don't know if you're gonna have the same. Like these teams are really talented. This team is really talented. You just can't lose opportunities like this, and you cannot lose an opportunity to win a championship like this. The title, yeah, I think they gave the Knicks the title. That's gonna be crazy. And I don't want to discredit the Knicks because I didn't have them go to the
It
finals.
could have been easy. I mean, they could have just packed it up and gone
Yeah,
home.
we gotta give them credit.
And they just said, no, chop away. You know what was so like funny about this game was, it was inside the NBA crew on it with Draymond. And there was elements of this game that could remind you of different facets of each guy on that desk. For Wemby, too many jumpers instead of taking your ass into the post like Shaq and Chuck. Like if you played more like Shaq, you probably wouldn't have these problems. And Charles Barkley, one thing he was known for when his jumper wasn't falling, yeah, forget that. I'm going back to bullying everybody.
Yeah,
None of that mentality from Wemby, and it killed the Knicks. We're not going to let you bully our guy offensively and Jalen Brunson. We're not going to let you run whoever offense on him. That is Draymond's calling card for the Warriors. I can say whatever I want about Draymond. You take away the stabbing Harrison Barnes in the back and the Jordan Poole sock out. And you look at just him with Steph and Clay, because I don't blame him for telling KD we don't need you. I really don't. KD needs to be told off. You look at him with Steph and Clay, Draymond is one of the better teammates that we've seen in this era, especially for I'm not going to let you target Steph. Draymond protects Steph with his life. He's got beef with Chris Paul over something that ain't got nothing to do with basketball that Steph don't even care about. Like, that's how the Knicks treated Jalen Brunson tonight. And then also with the Knicks, where does Kenny come in with this? People tend to forget the Rockets were not going to sweep the Magic. The Magic had them up big in game 1.
Yep.
And Kenny always tells the story. It was real simple for us. All we said was just cut it to 12. They are young. Cut it to 12. Keep cutting it. Keep cutting it. Don't try to win the game in one shot. Just keep trimming. And we'll be within 7 in the last 5 minutes, and we'll be just where we want to be. The Knicks, same thing today.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep trimming it. Just keep trimming it. Keep trimming it. Keep trimming it. Got it to 9. Now we're where we want to be.
Yeah. It's they're just their youth has been exposed, and it came at the wrong time for them.
And that, you know what? We just said there's no guarantee to come back, and I brought up that series. That's exactly what the danger the Spurs are in right now. The 95 Magic. Because, everyone swore they were going to get down.
Yeah. Win multiple
Shaq
titles.
lasted 1 more year.
Yeah, he was gone.
And Penny's knee went out.
Yep.
And Nick Anderson was damaged goods.
It's true. It's true.
That is exactly the danger San Antonio is in. They might not lose Wemby to the Lakers like Shaq, but a young team. I mean, they just weren't the same. When they came back and had to play Chicago the next year, got their asses kicked. What's to say OKC can't do that next year?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that OKC is definitely gonna be on the revenge path. Maybe because they're a little too nice for me, but whatever. But if they're healthy, they remember, hey, these young boys took us out. I do think that you have to just capitalize on the opportunity. And they're you got to get some vets in there. If I'm a young team and we have the talent, 1 or 2 guys who could still play 10 minutes at a time would be good enough. Like you said, they had Chris Paul. I didn't think about that. Probably Chris Paul sitting at home. Yo, I could have been on that team. It would have made a world of difference in the series so far for them. They're just too young. They're too young. And damn, the Knicks are going to win the NBA title. I thought I'd never see that.
They need a point guard. So again, no one say anything to me about this positionless crap ever again. It is clear as day. The Spurs need a point guard and they need a power forward. Like you said, they need veterans. And
They got to figure it out.
Worse. That is worse. And what I saw tonight was worse than the Falcons 28-3.
Why?
Bro, 29. Let's say this, right? Even if the Falcons would have ran the ball that second half, was New England's capable not stop? Like, was New England's defense incapable of stopping the run that year or something? Like they could have stopped the run and still had themselves in the game. Like either way, there was no guarantee that the Falcons were going to kill the clock. Was it an inexcusable loss? Absolutely. But there was still a pathway back for New England. Hey, stop the run, get some quick no-huddle drives on offense. Like, that comeback is way more possible and plausible to me than tonight's game. This was embarrassing.
But I just think it's like, first of all, that Falcons team had the best offense in football that year. And Matt Ryan, and wasn't Kyle Shanahan the OC on that team?
Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, so maybe that's
a recipe.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reason. But also, you're going against the GOAT, so maybe I can see that.
Dynasty at that.
I just see it's simple basketball one-on-one, and you just got to post Wemby, or you got to get him closer to the basket. That's one thing Wemby has to work on this offseason or whatever in his mindset when he's in a monk or in
Fire your trainer, Mister. We don't want to put no muscle on.
Put some muscle on.
He is a detriment to you.
You need to dominate. And you got to tell San Antonio, I can't keep getting it. You have to get some help down low. You have to. Like, they have to get a 4.
4 guards.
Yeah, you can't do that. Champagnie is a good guy, good player. He should come off the bench. He cannot be your starting.
That's another thing.
4.
That's another thing. Sean, I'm talking about the disappearance of the floor general. May I ask what happened to the 6th man?
Wasn't Keldon Johnson the 6th man this year?
What's says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's he
says
done?
a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What happened to the 6th man?
Yeah, he hasn't played good.
No. I'm talking about the role of the 6th man throughout the entire NBA.
Oh, like guys coming off and just being like Michael Johnson.
Where's the Michael Coopers and the Manu Ginobili's and the Jamal Crawfords and the Lou Williams at? Where are they?
Yeah, I don't think we have any good
ones.
No,
we want to cram everybody into the starting lineup, man.
Yeah, because they're doing 4 guards for whatever. They're going everybody's the 5 best.
Because Boston used to kill me with that when they were going Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis. I'm like, Pritchard's good and can help you get away with it. But for the long term, what did I keep saying, Sean? Horford needed to start, and Derek White needed to be the 6th man. Was I not saying that on this very podcast?
Yes.
When the Knicks had DiVincenzo, like, hey, start Hart at the 2 and let DiVincenzo be your scoring plug off the bench. The Bucks never went back to the championship. Why, Sean?
Why?
They let DiVincenzo walk and couldn't score off the bench anymore.
Oh, yeah, he was a part of that championship team.
Yeah. The Warriors were so special that year because Jordan Poole was their 6th man.
Yeah.
once he got out of there, Warriors ain't been able to do jack squat off the bench, have they?
No,
Jimmy and Moody.
You gotta be able to score. I think San Antonio has actually done worse with the depth they've had, because I think Barnes and Johnson and even Cornette, they could play more minutes than they actually do.
You look at that team moving forward. Listen, again, I don't know who the point guard is for them to get, but they need one, and I would consider both Fox and Castle expendable for it. For Harper to be my 2 and Wemby to be my 5, I guess I can let Champagnie stay at my 3. Maybe. I don't know. After that, yo, who's going off my bench? Like right now, they got Dylan Harper over there to do it. And even then, it ain't enough. Because ain't nobody else helping them.
Yeah, but the problem is like also the lack of play calls. But I do think that, yeah, we got to just call Mitch off to like, I think it's clear to everybody. I like Castle, but Harper is the second guy offensively for you. And he plays defense. Like, I like Castle, but out of those 3, because I think he's going to be the third guy they built around.
Dylan Harper needs to be starting.
Yes.
I don't want to see no Ginobili stuff with him. He needs to start. He is your number 1 perimeter guy.
It's like when and again, I'm not saying he's Kobe play-wise, but when they had Kobe coming off the bench over Eddie Chill. No, at some point, we knew Kobe needs to start. Dylan Harper needs to start.
I was just having that conversation over the weekend with my brother. I showed him, I think it was something about Shaq's like postseason numbers or whatever. And they increased as soon as Phil got there. I'm like, you want to know why? I was like, so I sent him the screenshot. I said, notice anything about this? He's like, yeah, Kobe. I said, no. Teach you some basketball, because you oversimplified this very complicated game. No. It wasn't Kobe. It was the Lakers had a coach who wasn't dumb enough to have a 19-year-old all-star coming off the bench anymore. That's where it's about to be at with Dylan Harper. He needs to play. Because I keep telling people, y'all talk about all these stats about Kobe had Del Harris hating on him for 3 years. And still tied 3rd all time on the scoring list. Like, Kobe was robbed of numbers. He was robbed of 3 years of numbers.
Easily.
And
then playing with Shaq.
Before he popped his Achilles, Kobe had 2 more 25-point-a-game seasons in him. But Mike D'Antoni ran him to the ground. That's people talk about Tibbs with the Knicks last year. I hear you. I've seen worse. And D'Antoni ran Kobe into the ground.
And I'm gonna say, Kobe would have won 4 to 5 scoring titles if he didn't play with Shaq. Like, that's just life. Yeah, like he would have just won the scoring titles.
So, regardless, San Antonio, realize what you have in this young man.
Yeah, he's got to play. He's got to start
next year. But along the lines of Mitch Johnson, am I saying his job should be on the line? No. Am I saying he should be fired?
No.
But boy, I swear to God, I will understand it if it happens, and you won't see me crying any tears. You won't see me sticking up for Mitch or criticizing San Antonio. If they decided they wanted to move on from him tonight, I would not be mad. I promise I wouldn't be mad. I really do think it would be justifiable. This has been you've blown 3 double-digit leads in a single final series with who some people would call the best player in the world.
He's not the best. He's definitely top 3.
I just don't know, man. I mean, coaching is so bad. I mean, we see how special Dylan Harper was. Steve Pikiell had him and Ace Bailey at Rutgers and had a losing record in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some bad coaches in basketball right now. Sean, me and you, we got subjected to knowing what the Kings had going on this year. And I don't know if you watched Doug Christie's press conferences like I did, but it's some bad coaching in the NBA right now, man. Yeah. Who else is out there?
if they were to fire
Ime
Mitch,
Udoka, no offense.
oh,
No
horrible,
offense. I
horrible.
mean, Mitch Johnson, this series looked like Darvin Ham. That was another one. Oh, just useless. Oh, I got a name for you, Sean. Whoo. And I'm going to calm myself down before I say it. Because the fact that he still has the job tells me ain't nothing changed inside the 495 group. Brian Stinking Keith, the losingest coach in NBA history, is in the league right now. We have bad coaching. Jamal Mosley and JB Bickerstaff, who can't coach situationally to save their lives. We got Kenny analytically. We won the game. Atkinson in the conference finals these days, man. But I'm supposed to believe this is the best era of basketball. This is what I'm supposed to buy. I'm supposed to buy into that narrative, Sean.
No, it's not the best ever. I do think I think that just does the NBA a disservice. Let me just say this. The NBA does a disservice by playing two styles of basketball in the postseason compared to the regular season.
Yeah.
I do think coaching, I'm gonna start coaching for the postseason than the regular season on one of those good teams. So that's one. Because I don't think they're able to understand. I don't think they're able to
Mike Brown did. You heard him after game 2. He's like, we used the regular season to figure out everything we needed to know about our team for the postseason.
Yeah, that's why
he said just the whole regular season is about just keep making as many tweaks as possible to find out what is best for each guy on this team. And that's how you ended up with Carl point forward 10.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. The only way I would get rid of Mitch is I'm really a big fan of Will Hardy. So if you want to bring him back to San Antonio, that would be my guy. I think he's just been losing on purpose in Utah. But I think that's the only guy I would get rid of Mitch. Mitch is not going to get fired. But if you told me, hey, Will wants the job.
No, Danny Ainge ain't going there. I got one for you. If Danny Hurley were to call you and say, hey, let me save my boy Steph Castle's career, I wouldn't be. And I'm bringing no, that's right. No. Murray left for Boston College.
Yeah, he's in Boston now.
Oh, that changes a lot. Ooh.
Curry can't.
Strategist of that team.
Hurley can't last in the NBA. He'll die after game 50.
Yeah, that would be George Karl, Pat Riley, and Jerry Sloan and Charles Oakley all put into one. That just think that's a bad combination. Yeah.
I think these players are too soft to play in the NBA. I think the college coaches still reign supreme. Well, in the NIL money, but you still can have a say in college. I don't think he can do well with the NBA. But yeah, Mitch he's been outclassed. He's been outclassed this whole this postseason. Well, this run in the finals by Mike Brown. Just a lot of lack of adjustments.
Man, I forgot. JJ, I love Austin Reeves, right? Yeah, that's another one. Oh, man.
We'll see how much they love him. They better not pay him, but that's another conversation.
Tonight was just bad for basketball, man. It really was. I mean, one of my homeboys texted in our group chat, all of us old Temple News alumni, plus Adam Aronson, who covers the 76ers. Does a great job covering the Sixers, by the way. We've got a fantasy football league, but we talking it all year long because that's just the guys. My boy Lawrence Akinye, who is funny because he's the only non-sports guy in the group chat. The dude works at Politico and was our editor-in-chief at the Temple News. But sports fanatic. Like our senior year, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just assert some executive authority. I'm coming to the conference tournament with y'all. I'm going to experience Fort Worth and Dallas for myself. Like, you know what? You've earned it. Oh, well. He texted the group chat tonight. Like, because I texted first. I was like, yo, basketball is cooked. Like, I did not think the NBA could have more idiots until tonight. And he texted. He's like, I thought that was a great game, buddy. I told him, I said, God bless your heart, because I can't believe the dumb basketball I just watched. Like, I really am disappointed. I really do think this was just a bad night for basketball. I truly do. I don't think I'm overselling it. I don't think I'm overreacting. I don't think I'm being dramatic. Shout out to the Knicks. We all know I do not like Brunson, Bridges, and Hart. But conversely, I can be happy for them because Rick Brunson and Mark Tyndale are assistant coaches, and those are two guys who helped define the John Chaney era at Temple. And I know Coach is somewhere proud of them. May he rest in peace. But like all respect to the Knicks, but this series has been so much of the Spurs losing it rather than the Knicks winning it. And tonight was just the worst display of basketball that I've seen. I mean, we saw some bad basketball this season. To have this and that travesty that was Heat Wizards in the same year, along with just the terrible officiating of OKC games, along with the fact that what was it? The top 11 teams in 3-point shooting this year, well, 3-point attempts, I think only one of them won a playoff series or something like that. Like, we saw a lot of stuff that was just terrible for the game of basketball this season. It doesn't get, I can't put it any more plainly than that.
I think if you told me at the beginning of the series, the Knicks' only chance would be to let San Antonio shoot a bunch of threes, I would say that would be my best. That's my best defense for San Antonio. Because I don't think they shot a historic first half. I think I texted that when I was walking the dog.
And what did I say? Hold on. And what did I say? What did I say when you said that, Sean?
Only 3 guys were shooting.
There's only 3 guys.
Yeah.
And what happened in the second half?
They stopped shooting. Historic. They stopped shooting.
And what did we hear Charles Barkley say every week for the last 5 years? Live and die by the 3 with no backup plan. It's how the NBA is right now. And that's exactly what the Spurs were. They fell for their own fool's gold.
Yes.
It was only 3 guys. It wasn't like the team was hot. Champagnie was 1 for 5 and Wemby was 1 for 5. And you thought you're going to be able to rely on 3 guys that just keep shooting threes?
Yeah. With no diversity, no attacking the basket, 30 points. That was malpractice. What they did, what Mitch Johnson led coaching staff did, that was embarrassing. Like, no, I just felt like there was no urgency, and they just was like, oh, we're gonna keep winning, we're gonna win. And even at the end, with all the mistakes, you had Fox, and all he had to do was get fouled.
And that's the other thing with today's NBA. Assistant coaches, I would argue, are more valuable now than ever in terms of we talking about there's no guarantee you're going to get back. Like the Spurs have already in that phase of they're going to start losing guys. Yeah, they're losing Sweeney to Orlando.
Yeah. Like,
all right, so now you got to start worrying about replacing your coaching staff also. And it's not like you have, first of all, I don't think any of Phil's assistants ever got coaching jobs, did they?
Jim Clemens got 1 year in Dallas and he got fired. So, and I think Kurt Rambis too. But Kurt.
Do we count Rambis as a Phil assistant? Because Rambis was the interim the year before Phil got there. Remember when they fired Del Harris, Rambis had to finish the season.
Okay, yeah.
And then they got Phil the year after. So I don't even know if I'm calling Rambis Phil Jackson tree guy. So like it ain't like you got a Phil Jackson who it's like, as long as I got Tex Winter next to me, I'm fine. And then I've already spent so much time with Tex. When it's time for him to go, I'm fine. And it ain't like the Greg Popovich where I am the system. Like, yeah, I can lose Mike Brown. I can lose Brett Brown. I can lose whoever. I am the system. NBA, we got head coaches who are just there to call timeouts and manage rotations. And then you have offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators now. When you start losing your guys, it means something.
Yeah, no. Sweeney is a good coach.
Boston could absolutely use Will Hardy still on its bench to get Mazzulla out of that Mazzulla ball.
Absolutely.
Like the Celtics had good offense And we thought it was, oh, Udoka this, Udoka that. Nah, it was real hard. It was real hard.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the only one who's consistently been a good offensive coach.
Like
Those three in Missoula.
assistants mean more now than ever. You want to start losing them to San Antonio? It's really no guarantee that I think Draymond hit the nail on the head. I know I said it earlier. This can derail what their future could be.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, either it can propel them to win titles or win that title, or because that 2013 Spurs team, it did help them win 2014. They came back focused and felt like they gave a title away. This team will have to look in the mirror and felt like they gave it a title away. It just
that
really
series is over if Pop doesn't take Tim Duncan out for God knows what reason.
Yeah, it's just bad mistakes, bad basketball, bad mistakes. But
and like you said, hey, same mistake tonight. Why ain't you Cornette out there on the floor?
That's the easiest thing. You need a rebound. Like
let him be the low man and let Wemby be the roaming guy.
Exactly. Like it just didn't make sense. And again, even if you didn't have him in there, why run Fox? Why am I double teaming off of OG to go? I had Wemby, the best defender on him, and he took a Dame Lillard type of deep three. Like if he made it, tip my cap. It was going to this, but he's gonna have to shoot. He shot it that far because Wemby his presence was there, and so it was just a lot of bad basketball. Just a lot of bad basketball. Like they cost themselves an NBA championship, and
I remember.
You don't get those back.
Had boneheaded games like that in playoffs, they couldn't come back the next season. Like you lived in Boston for so long. I know you remember the 2011 and 2012 AFC championships just as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Who from that 2011 Ravens team came back in 2012? Did Billy Thunder come back?
No.
What did he do in 2011?
He missed the field goals.
Missed that field goal.
Yeah.
Did Lee Evans come back?
No.
What did Lee Evans do in 2011?
What was it? A pass?
Dropped that touchdown.
Touchdown pass. Yeah.
TJ Houshmandzadeh didn't come back. Like, and that's why I'm shocked Tyler Luke is back. That's just not the Ravens' history to bring somebody back after being that garbage in a big situation. De'Aaron Fox ain't supposed to be back. But Nick Anderson ain't stick around in Orlando too long after them free throws.
No, it couldn't work. He was mentally checked out. I wonder when I get off this, I want to hear Fox's press conference. That's the one I want to hear too.
I just don't know how you take that layup. I text you in the group chat.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I text y'all in the group chat. Why not force the foul?
Force the foul, yeah. Like I just didn't get what he was doing. Like, and he's the vet. Like, if it was Castle or Harper, maybe.
Like you had two better options than taking the. You could have let the ball go out of bounds and make the Knicks have to chew more clock by having to get across the court again. Or you could have grabbed the ball like you did, and instead of going to the rim, reset it, dribble it out, hold the ball, get fouled, or play keep away. I don't care. Don't take the layup.
I think the Spurs bailed out the Knicks too. Alvarado was looking kind of lost. He looked like he was almost getting out backcourt. They didn't have, and they were trying to give the ball to Brunson, but Brunson was on the left side. They couldn't get the ball to Brunson. I felt like I'm not taking the foul. You're gonna have to. If it's a scramble, it is what it is. But I just felt like they gave the Knicks too many opportunities to win and basically it was like, hey, New York, here's your first title. Here's your parade. I just. Regardless if they go win 5-6 titles in this era with the Wemby ever, this is going to be the title that got away. And you can't lose the NBA championship that way. You cannot lose the NBA championship that way. If they were gone 2-2, I still think it would have gone 7 and Spurs wouldn't have won. But for Knicks fans, they better not come back and win 3 straight games. It's going to be, I can tell by Wemby's attitude. It ain't happening.
It's done. It's done Saturday. It's done Saturday. I don't even. I ain't got much more to say, Sean.
No, we broke it down. It was yeah, it was needed. That was some of the worst basketball I think we all can say that we ever seen.
It was it was the worst basketball I've
Yeah.
ever seen. I would go
Yeah, I
on
can't.
record. That was the worst basketball I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't think of anything worse in the championship, and
Just
especially in the
considering
championship
the
game.
stakes.
Yeah, I can't think of anything worse. You could have took 2 games in Madison Square Garden. Woof, man, that city is not gonna sleep. Woof, damn, that city is not gonna sleep.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you a supervisor, hey, just be ready to be short staffed in a couple hours.
Of course.
Like just chalk it up to the game. Don't get mad at them. Don't fire no employees. Hell, I don't even write them up. But just be ready to deal with it. Consumers tomorrow, just be very kind to the people who did show up to work, because they won't go through it tomorrow.
Last one. Do you think this title will be remembered for the Knicks breaking the thing, or the title the Spurs gave away?
New York will remember it for it being their first one in so long.
Okay.
I do think the rest of us will remember it for the Spurs being the biggest choke artist that we've seen on this NBA stage. Like, it ain't like they have a Draymond Green suspension happening.
No. It's just bad basketball. Or lack of vets. Just a lot of things. I think it's a cautionary tale. I'm telling you, even the Thunder's title last year. I do think Game 7 comes. It might be a little different if Tyrese doesn't get hurt. So, like, I do think Siakam and those guys were a little bit of a difference maker. Those vets were. You need some vets. I'm a big advocate of vets.
Becky Hammond's going to be pissed because, like, it's her own franchise that is going to have her being hassled by the media for the rest of the summer.
She said it though, and I agree with
the other thing. Like, it's going to be so many people. That's going to be an annoying conversation this summer. Brunson, this best point guard in the league. That boom, boom, boom.
Yep. Kendrick Perkins type of.
Although he had a terrible first 3 games, because he's going to walk away with the championship because how these Spurs are put. And then it's going to be, is he better than this guy? Is he better than this guy? They already starting the Brunson over Kyrie conversations, which I will entertain, because Brunson has been better as the number 1 option of his own team than Kyrie ever was as the number 1 option of a team. What he did in Boston, he blew it. So we'll give Brunson that. But it's going to be some annoying conversations about Brunson. I know I'm going to have to go through. I already take precautionary efforts not to see Stephen A. Smith on my timeline. I'm going to have to triple those efforts because it's going to be unbearable.
Yeah, I think if they win the title, he's going to be moved into the Nate Archibald, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas conversation. And in the sense of he's not better than those guys, but I sex it. I don't think a small guard. Yeah, you got the title. I was going to use that as my reason why I don't want a cuff if I would want the teams, but I can't really say anything. You won the title.
What I was interested in hearing from you. So, folks, Sean texted our group chat before we went on the air. He's like, I'm kind of against some teams drafting a cuff.
Yeah.
Because of your small guard belief. Actually, I think this was before the game was even over.
Yeah, it's before the game. It was because I'll just break it down like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you can put a 6'5", 6'6" guy who can stay in front of a small guard, it's really hard for them
to. That's what's been giving Brunson problems.
Problems, yeah, because he can't.
And remember, Monty Williams started then.
Yes.
When he was in Phoenix, and he used to have Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson harassing Steph.
It makes sense. It makes sense because all you have to do is use your strength against them. So it makes sense. So Brunson, he could bully smaller people, but he can't bully Castle and those guys. So my thing with Akelf is, I think he's gonna be a really good player, really talented player, multiple all-stars, things like that nature. It's really tough, and we've seen it in the league. I just named 3 guys that it's the small guard. Like Brunson's gonna be moved into that category. He's gonna put ahead in some people's eye than like an Iverson or something because he won the title as the main guy. Like,
so Acuff without shoes at the combine came in at 6'2" flat. And hold on. I want the widgets. I want to see the weight. 6'2" flat, 186 pounds. I don't think that's too bad.
he's gonna have to get to about 200. But again, my point is who is he gonna be barred?
But that is small. That's small. But I can't get over that being small though. That used to be normal, like point guard side. Only reason you call it small now is because we want to keep forcing the Lucas and the Cades to play the one.
No, I think
still, nonetheless, I think it's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I consider small because of you don't necessarily have 6'2" guards matching up with 6'2" guards anymore. You have the 6'5" guard, 2 guard. Like Klay Thompson kind of set that parameter. Now they're like, yo, we're not gonna put this guy, Steph, on this guy. We're gonna move Steph to the guy who can't shoot, and we're gonna put our 2 guard on that. And that's putting the model. I seen Scottie Pippen do that with John Stockton back in the day. Magic. Yeah. So I think you can match up with that easily. And again, I've only named 3 guys we could say who's small, quote unquote, who won the championships as the main guy. And Brunson looks like he's about to join that list. That's a small sample size. The NBA's been around for over 75 years. The sample size of that being your best player to win a title, and you drive an Acuff in the top 10, you expect him to be your best player, I'm assuming. It's tough. It's a tough thing. Again, the kid's gonna be special, and Brunson's about to prove me wrong. The Knicks have done a really good job of putting a lot of other size around him too. So maybe that's a good thing.
I just want to give them their credit for just normal basketball. Hey, y'all are calling for these screens because y'all want to get Brunson switched on to you. We're not letting it happen. We're fighting the screens.
Yeah, ask Cleveland. That was the blueprint because James Harden should never have been going isolation on Jalen Brunson like that. Brunson's nice, yo. I give him credit.
And remember when the best players in the league used to be able to guard the best players in the league
all the time. That's how I grew up.
I remember Carmelo Anthony, who was not always locked in on defense. Love Melo to death. Who was not always locked in on defense. I remember Carmelo wanting to go check LeBron and Kobe, and he used to put up some fights. He used to make Kobe work for buckets, and he used to fight with LeBron until LeBron got to jumping out the building. Melo used to fight with him too. You don't even see that anymore.
I seen at some point Paul Pierce did not play defense. He got with KG. Ray Allen wasn't known as a great defender, got with KG, and they started playing defense. Anyone can play defense.
And I'm glad you brought up Paul Pierce, because my generation, we only caught the Garnett Paul Pierce. We didn't catch Antoine Walker Paul Pierce. So I grew up thinking Paul Pierce was a defender.
No.
It's like, no, Paul didn't start playing defense until we started watching basketball.
Yeah. When KG got there, it changed the whole trajectory of that team. Like Paul was not playing defense like that at all. Also, he played on some really bad teams that all he had to do was score. But
him and Twan, hey, y'all can go get 30 shots each if y'all want to. Was their thing.
And another guy who's playing defense now, I give good credit. 2 other things. One other thing is Karl-Anthony Towns is playing defense this series. He's making it. I give him credit. Like I was not a big on Karl-Anthony Towns.
That's the criticism I've got to win these. Like Sean, we know Karl-Anthony Towns for being the soft dude. We can call
call like it is.
And he's looking like a man against you, buddy.
Yeah.
This is a thing. I know it's early, but this is what comes with that type of talent. And this type of early success is you got to be ready for that type of criticism. This is a stain
Of course. Yeah, it's gonna be insane. Like we gotta. It's not gonna be the LeBron against the Spurs. The first we gave him a pass. We ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. This is a stain. Like some
And the
people might.
only reason LeBron gets it, because I don't let LeBron off the hook as much as y'all do with that series. Because look, did Cleveland stand a chance in the sense of did Cleveland stand a chance? No. Was it because of talent? I'm not seeing that. Or were the Spurs the better team? Absolutely. However, y'all got this idea of they made it with 2 squeegees and a mop bucket, as Shannon Sharp described it. No one gets to the finals with a bad team. Let's just stop that right there. Cleveland's issue of why they didn't stand a chance was what's my issue with Mitch Johnson right now, Sean?
The offensive play calling.
Doesn't have an offense. What happened in 07, Sean?
They were running San Antonio's offense.
They were running. In essence, they didn't have an offense.
Yeah,
because all they did was run San Antonio's offense.
Yeah, Robert Orr said that.
We going against our scout team. That's why they didn't stand a chance. But also, that wasn't the only reason. Do you remember how they played LeBron in that series?
They made him shoot.
They let him shoot.
They
didn't make him shoot. They let him shoot.
They let him shoot.
That's the difference between, to me, it's different between make you shoot and let you shoot.
Yeah, two different things.
They let him shoot.
Yeah, they let him shoot all the time. You know what's crazy about that series is that I forget about that series because we do give LeBron credit. But I will say this. I will give LeBron this grace in this aspect. Name another finals team that their second best player, no disrespect to Mo Williams. Who was it, Mo Williams? Like maybe the Dallas team, or maybe even this Knicks team.
Second best player rotated. It rotated game to game. I will say that.
Yeah, like that's. But if you think about it, just in your recent times or your times you watch basketball, they're on the lower tier second best players ever.
Oh, absolutely.
On a finals team. You know what I'm saying?
They're not. Listen, I will not gas up that roster. No.
Like, I'd rather take OG Anunoby than any of those guys as my second best player.
No, I will say they have the worst finals roster out of the modern era, probably. But it wasn't a. But that doesn't mean it was a bad roster. It was just the worst finals roster. But
Javon, that's the worst final roster I've ever seen, and since watching basketball since '94, '95.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But my point is, right, like LeBron had that early blemish. Wemby, we got to give you this one, buddy.
You got to take that one, Chin.
This is like, all right, your coaching staff letting you down like LeBron's did, sure. But you are also letting your team down. You are not off the hook. Point blank, period. No one that is 7'4" with that ability should ever shoot worse than 50% from the field.
Yeah.
You shot 36%.
Oof, I didn't even know the number. 36%.
It's not 25.
In a must-win game? Nah.
I'm a double check. Because
no, I believe you.
That's an allegation. So hold on. Better safe than sorry. But box score, Victor Wembanyama, 44 minutes, 9 for 25, 36%. Let's look at these threes, Sean. Champagnie, 1 for 7. Wemby, 2 for 8. Castle, 1 for 3. Calvin Johnson, 0 for 1. Dylan Harper, after starting 3 for 3, you want to guess what he finished?
4 for 8.
3 for 6.
Oof.
Didn't make another one.
Yeah, this is going to go down.
Fox. So you went 4 for 9 from 3, which means you went 2 for 7 from inside the arc with 4 turnovers, 18 points, 37 minutes. Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those things that it's going up there right with the Houston Rockets, like you said, lost 2017.
And I'm with you, Sean. Carter Bryant, you can't just give him a waste of 5 minutes and Harrison Barnes not play.
Yeah.
And Carter Bryant should not see the floor before Harrison Barnes in the finals game.
Especially when you're struggling down the stretch, so you need some type of presence. You could have put the Plumlee guy in. I could give a crap, but you need some type of
Mason
presence.
Plumlee, I got one for you for rebound and physicality, and someone who's like actually a holdover from the last time you had just a little bit of it in the NBA. Now, granted, my pops used to call him 41 because he only showed up for home games. Bismack Biyombo.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Ain't nothing. Listen, I hate playing against them. I think they're the least skilled people in all of sports. But when they're on your team, there ain't nothing like an African big man that ain't there to do nothing but play hard.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I completely, they're a nuisance, everything like that. I do think for the Spurs to win a game on Saturday, it's gone the same way. You got to change something different. You can't just have faith that these young guys are going to pull it through at the end of the game. Like they haven't done it. They have not done. The Knicks, I would give them credit. They're poised. They're veteran. Yeah, they've done it. I got to give them credit.
I think what I'm so heated about with Mitch and concerned of is no one grows in basketball anymore.
Yeah,
like
still
who they are is just who they are. I've got no faith that Mitch Johnson is just going to just like that have an offense. Like I think Pop can talk to him as much as he wants and teach him as much as he wants about how to run his system. It won't get implemented.
I still
don't practice anymore in the first place to even implement an offense. NBA teams don't practice anymore. So
if you're gonna play the fours, you're gonna play Wemby with 4 guards. You have to run a dynamic offense like a Golden State that mixes pop systems and with Phil. You got to run something dynamic because I just think you make it too easy to guard Wemby in the half court set, and that does not make sense when he's like. I love what Kirk did. He was like, I have a unicorn with these 2 guys who can shoot. I gotta play to their skill set. I think that offense there's nothing special about that offense. And you have a special play. You got a once in a lifetime thing. Yeah, like I don't know. They gotta figure something out in San Antonio because I feel like they peaked and they have a chance to win a title and they didn't. And the West is gonna be tougher next year. And OKC, I agree. You think they're gonna let you beat them 2 years in a row like that? You're better off hoping they lose in the series before you, but that's gonna, I don't know. That this is tough. From San Antonio, that plane ride to San Antonio from New York, 4 hours.
I don't want to peep out of nobody even.
Oof.
Quiet.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a quiet ride home.
Quiet. Yeah.
Because
that was another thing. I didn't see a emotionally mature leader on the floor when that collapse started happening.
Nobody.
I saw Fox pouting and yelling, even though he's screwing up. I saw Wemby frowning and throwing a fit. I didn't see anybody, hey, fellas, come on. Here's what we're going to do. And let's get us. I just can't emphasize enough. We just did not realize how important Chris Paul could have been to that team this year. Like, watching that meltdown, I felt like I was back at Ralph Wilson Stadium. The lack of leadership you saw tonight, Sean, that's literally what I saw from the Ravens week 1 against the Bills.
Against the Bills, yeah.
That huddle was quiet.
The only thing is you have Harrison Barnes, and no disrespect to Chris Paul. Chris never won the title. Harrison Barnes has won a title, right? He knows what it takes to win a title. I would have played him 5-10 minutes during that stretch just to bring some type of level of, all right, fellas, let's do this. Let's get here. Let's get to these spots like Harper. And I still think strategically it just made sense. If you're going to do the pick and roll, run the pick and roll with Harper and Wemby picking for him. That was it. I would have just ran that down the stretch because Harper was getting to the basket. No one in the Knicks, not even OG. I think he crossed OG and made OG fall on one of those plays.
I don't want to hear pick and roll no more. No more. Ever. Matter of fact, from now on, I hate John Stockton and Karl Malone. I don't want to hear pick and roll ever again. I'm sticking.
Yeah, it's ruined. It's ruined the NBA. I think you should have a limit of how many pick and rolls you can run in a game. Like, it's not great basketball. The only reason I like the playoffs is this physicality back. And so we're not seeing 140 to look at what happened in the first half. It was 75 points. They only scored 30 points afterwards. I do like that type of thing. Well, then I don't like the offense that's running the NBA. No one, Shaq says it plenty of times inside the NBA. No one besides Golden State. And now I'll give Miami its credit. Runs a unique type of offense.
And I kept hearing during that conference finals, Jamal Crawford keep talking about that 45 action Spurs are running. It ain't 45 because they don't have a 4. You can't run 45 if you don't have a 4. No, I mean, call it a variation of Spain if you want. I don't care. It ain't 45 because they don't have a 4. Man, it's ridiculous.
They got to figure something out. They got to get their Aaron Gordon. They have to develop, because I don't think they have it on the roster. Carter Bryant, I don't think it's going to be that person, but they got to develop it at some point.
Hey, man, look, you're talking about champions and guys who've been around that can provide some leadership and also feel the need for help next to Wemby. Make Golden State have to come out of his pockets to bring Porzingis back.
Putting Porzingis at the 5.
You can actually have an offense.
Yeah. Porzingis is...
with Porzingis and Wemby together.
Yeah. Damn, that defensively would be really special. Damn, defensively, that would be really special. Yeah, I actually... because you don't have to pay these guys yet, so you'll still have some money on the books. You get Porzingis.
Not going to get another $30 million a year contract like he was on this year.
No, and you get Porzingis. Ooh, his ability to shoot the 3 like that. Yeah, that would be a great fit for them. If I'm him,
then you can run a lot of Malone. You can run a lot of 45. You can run a lot of Spain. You can get into a lot of actions if you got those two with Castle, Harper, and either Vassell and Penny.
Oof, that would be a really good team. Because the only thing is, Porzingis don't rebound like that.
No, but he'll at least box out. If you got 7'3" Porzingis and 7'5" Wemby, they put their ass on somebody. The ball's falling into one of their hands.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. Yeah, that's a good pickup. That would be a really good pickup. They should do that for a year. That would be a way to diversify the offense, even get better defensively.
And that'll be the counter to what OKC is going to come right back with, which is running their 2 big lineup with Chet and Hartenstein.
Yeah. Not like that.
Now, in Chet, you got to guard somebody. And Hartenstein, you got to be out of the paint against somebody. Because
regardless of what Boston said, the thing that made them really different when Porzingis came.
Yes.
Yeah, that made them a championship team. And he was never healthy the year after to defend the title.
Yeah. In Golden State, I mean, they didn't look like they had a chance to do anything until Porzingis was able to play.
Yeah, I like Porzingis. It's just his health.
They don't beat the Clippers without Porzingis.
Oh, absolutely not. He was good. He was
that
really
was
good.
A great game, by the way. As pissed off as I am tonight, that was a treat to see that game.
Yeah.
And shout out to Draymond for how he defended Kawhi Leonard that night.
That was some special defense. That was like, I'm taking the best guy.
Hold on. Yeah. That was 2 teams filled with veterans that knew how to play some basketball. Mm-hmm. That's right. The Clippers, they run an offense. I ain't even mean to disrespect Tyronn Lue. We done left them out. The Clippers play basketball. So shout out the Clippers too. I just don't know where we at for these things, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Saturday's gonna be. I gotta be somewhere watching that somewhere because that's history right there. If the Knicks will pull it off on Saturday,
I'll be sitting here playing the Xbox with that game on in the background because I know it's gonna be. I just know it's not gonna go well.
Yeah, you don't rebound from that. It's historically we know in sports you don't rebound from something.
You don't.
It's I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's nearly impossible.
And the Spurs have they've mentally cleaned out their lockers.
Yeah. That's why I gotta see some of these other. I gotta see the guys' press conferences, see what they're what's the temperature.
Got anything else about this game?
We good. Mm-hmm.
All right, what time works for you in these next few hours to get back on here?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. All right. So in 6 hours, we'll be talking about the Myles Garrett trade, the AJ Brown trade, the Brendan Sorsby injunction, Aaron Judge's injury, some WNBA, and some miscellaneous stuff. So we're going to get out of here and try to get some shut eye and be back in a few hours.
All right. Peace.
Peace.